it all started back in 1996, so 25 years ago. We've never changed this battery design interface, right? This started back in 1996, and as a matter of fact, it looked kind of like this thing, right? So this drill is back from around 96, 1997, and so on. This is the original battery that came with it. Now, unfortunately, it's a NiCad battery, so there's not much life left to it. But what's great about OnePlus is I can go into Home Depot and I can still put a brand new battery in this thing, and it's going to work better than the day that I bought it, right? None of our competitors can offer such a product, such a lineup, continue to expand the lineup like we have. So it all starts really with the battery pack. Every couple of years is readily we update our battery packs as well with the latest in technology, whether it's cells, whether it is making these as compact as possible. I need to make sure that this battery pack is still gonna fit on that drill from 1996, but it's also gonna work on the tools 10 years from now as well. Our latest lineup of battery packs, we've got two different lineups. We've got our standard battery packs, and we've also got our high performance packs. And there's some great innovations that we've added to this. In addition to making these things about 10% more compact than they were before, we also added in our high visibility fuel gauge. And at the end of the day, that's what our customers were asking for, right? So again, it starts with the battery pack. We continue to update accessories that go with the battery packs, like our chargers as well. I spoke about this 6-port earlier on. We love seeing these empty ports. It drives people to want to continue to add on to the system and so on. And really, OnePlus HP is all about the best of Ryobi, okay? So OnePlus HP means it's going to be high performance and it's going to be advanced technology, but it's also the electronics on the inside, right? The circuit board, the computers, and so on. And that marriage really that we have between the tool and the battery pack as well. It's the best experience that we have for OnePlus. Now, where OnePlus HP came about was really, again, talking to the end users, and specifically talking to plumbers and electricians, people that are in confined areas oftentimes, and more often than not, they're doing this, right? They're using this thing overhead all the time. So you made a point earlier about, a couple of versions of Rigid before that were very large. We wanted to get something that was much more compact. These tools perform extremely well and very affordable as well. When you go into Home Depot right now, you can buy the drill kit for $89. It's a brushless drill, right? We've got a bunch of different bare tools that complement this lineup as well. Whether it's a 3/8" impact wrench, this is kind of the star of the show. This one absolutely amazes me, because when we launched HP Compact, this was a tool we're like, okay, this is pretty neat. We can see it's gonna be a very versatile tool. Had no idea that this was gonna be one of the best selling tools that we have for HP Compact because of its versatility, right? And it really provides us with a lot of confidence in knowing that there's additional opportunities, whether it's in a compact series like this, whether I want to have my one-handed recip saw. Our users, granted, the plumbers are going to use this cutting PVC and so on, but also our users are going to take this outside and they're going to use it for pruning, right? Put the pruning blade on it, and it's a great product. And then really, we want to make sure that we're providing a best-in-class solution. This is the smallest right angle drill in its class, right? And that's really important when you're trying to get in between joists and studs and so on. So this was launched in May of last year. It's been a tremendous success, as I said. And then we followed that up very quickly in February of last year. We launched our whole lineup of premium OnePlus HP products, right? So again, we want to get to that best of Ryobi, and it really starts with our new HP drill. It's 750 inch-pounds of torque, okay? Best-in-class torque and performance for this particular tool. We've got our hammer drill version of it as well. This particular kit goes for $159 with 2 batteries. This comes with a 4-amp-hour battery. Our hammer drill, it's $179, and both of those we have in 2 different kit variations in store as well. What's great about the HP technology, though, is it really allows us to get into some of these tools that we've never done before for Ryobi, but are being requested by and needed by our customers that have already invested in the system. So, a few years ago, we didn't have a full-size 1-inch rotary hammer, and this has been an unbelievable success for us. People can't believe the performance on this, right? Whether you're demoing your bathroom, whether you're doing a lot of different odd jobs around the house or on the job site, performs extremely well. We talked about multi-tools as well downstairs. We get into impact drivers and impact wrenches. And one of the things that HP really allows us to do with the advanced technology, with the brushless motors and the electronics, is we can do some innovative things, right? So now we can select with the push of a button, you know, speeds 1, 2, and 3. You've seen that in the industry. But we can also have assist mode on here that gives you better control whether you're driving or removing fasteners, right? We added your die-cast gear housing on the front. We've got a one-handed bit release. When we step up into the impact wrenches, we also have a mode on here called auto mode, okay? What's great about auto mode is we talk to end users, what's the pain point when you use an impact wrench? Well, number one, people think you're gonna use this impact wrench you're gonna change a tire out, and you're gonna drive that lug nut onto that tire until it just doesn't spin anymore. Don't do that, right? Because you may end up just breaking the stud that's on the tire itself. So what auto mode does on here is I'm going to put this into forward and I'm going to hit the trigger, and once it starts to impact, it's going to stop. Okay, so that way I can go get my torque wrench, go to whatever, how many foot-pounds you want, 100 foot-pounds, whatever specified in the door or on the operator's manual, and you're good to go. The other pain point, when you have a roadside emergency, you take your impact wrench, you fling it across the ditch, and now it's gone. It's going to work in opposite. It's going to start impacting, and then once it stops impacting, it's going to stop, so then you can kind of hand thread it off of it. Right? Some of the other tools that allow us to get in here, there's 4 forms of power that's in the industry today that we really want to eliminate with cordless, right? Number one, there's manual power, right? So when we talk about ratchets and so on, I don't want to have to be doing this. I don't want to have to be using a handsaw and so on. Cordless solves that. Number two, it's corded. I don't want to be tripping over cords. I want to be able to take the tool to the job as opposed to the job to the tool, right? So now we're able to produce performance on some of these tools that not only meets, but actually exceeds corded performance. Number three, it's pneumatic, right? But I'm preaching to the choir here, right? Pneumatic, really loud. I'm tethered to this cord. I've got a lot of slack and so on this. And the tools, for the most part, the tools are done, right? There's nothing really smart about these tools. They're just getting powered by that tank. And then number four, which we don't really go after so much on the power tool side, but our counterparts in the outdoor products certainly do, gas motors, right? So that's really where we're going after with 1 Plus HP. So you can see we've got our 7 1/4 inch circ saw, we've got our orbital jigsaw, recip saw, angle grinder, and so on that really kind of rounds out this whole lineup of 1 Plus HP. And quite honestly, this is really just kind of the beginning. We've got a very robust roadmap of additional products that our end users are looking for, and our analytical teams are brainstorming as well. As I mentioned, this is $179. This is our 1 Plus HP hammer drill. Comes with a 4-amp-hour battery. We've got a metal ratcheting chuck on here as well. But there's probably one extra big piece that you see on that drill that this doesn't have. Handle? It's a whole handle, yep. Right? So what does that tell you? What it tells you is that's got a hell of a lot more torque than this guy has.
This is going to be real nasty.
Real nasty. On your mark, get set, go. The impact drivers are about how do we make these things smaller. It's all about, there's 2 things when we talk about impact drivers. It's about power and speed, okay? So we've got 2,200 inch-pounds of torque on our HP impact driver. And again, it's about the impacts per minute. I want to be able to get the task done as fast as I can. So I can go head-to-head with you. We can try it out first, whatever you really want to do.
I can run the Craftsman.
You want to run the Craftsman? That works. Okay. Ready? Set. Go. We just took it off the charger.
Oh man!
So that kind of gives you a good indication of, you know, how do we stack up against some of our consumer competitors that are in the marketplace. But also what's happening, that's fine, what's happening with HP is now we're getting a lot more competition because we're entering into that value conscious pro, right? So we're starting to get comparisons. Well, okay, how does some of this stuff perform to like DeWalt Atomic and Makita Subcompact and so on, right? So we're gonna do the same thing here. So whichever one you want to use. What we're going to do is we're going to take some
I'd like the wind
bias out of it.
At least.
How about you use this one?
Okay.
And we're going to take some bias out of this. I don't know if it's better for the camera if we go this way maybe. So we've got a 5-pound weight on here. We're just going to let the tool kind of do the job. We've got our Sawzall blades on here as well.
Sorry.
And whenever you are ready. Ready? On your mark, get set, go.
Sorry.
That's all right. Good? Yeah. Okay. Mark, get set, go.
That was real nice, lad.
Real nice like. And by the way, it's real nice like because this is $50 cheaper than this one.
Wow.
So hopefully it gives you kind of a good indication what we're talking about what we're looking for as far as performance, especially when we get into our 1+ HP lineup. And this really extends across all of the different products that we're looking at.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here in the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, here, and maybe over here. See you later.